Okay, so it's the 31st of May. It's 4 in the morning. So I've just done another 4 hours of my album. And for these initial videos, I'm just going to be focusing on like the kind of inner sensations and the actual just overcoming the procrastination rather than getting into the details of the mixing. Because that's like my main focus at the moment. So yeah, I've just done another 4 hours, and I feel really proud of myself. That's the first time I've done 8 hours work in a long time, and it's just because I've been allowing myself to feel the sensations that would usually cause me to procrastinate. I just allow myself to feel them, and that has been how I've kind of because the only thing that makes me procrastinate is usually I feel a bit weird in my body and I want to distract myself, so I distract myself. But now I'm just like allowing the sensations to come up. So I've got 3 lessons. Number one, as I began working what seemed way past my comfort zone, I started feeling stronger sensations which would normally make me stop working. So I noticed as I hit the 6 or 7 hour mark, I started to feel these like spiky sensations in my body. And normally I would usually like get up and just like go out of the house and maybe waste some time thinking that I need to get out. I feel a bit uncomfortable, but sometimes it's just like sensations that kind of rise and then fall and go away. There's no need to, you know, that was the first thing. I just felt it's almost like as I'm getting past my comfort zone, my body is reacting in some way because I'm working too hard. Anyway, the second thing was it's okay to allow myself to get dragged into learning about how something works, even if it's complicated. But try and keep focused on the 80-20 important tasks and not get dragged into unnecessary details. So that was because as I was like working, I'm basically just trying to get a track mixed, and as I was doing it, it was like I got kind of dragged into learning about what phasing is, phasing issues on drums, which is quite a complicated topic, and it's like because that's complicated, part of me is like, well, I'll just leave that to the guy who is going to do the mixing because I'm just doing the tracking. I don't need to know about that. But I allowed myself to kind of get dragged into learning about it for about an hour or two because I feel like I need to have some knowledge before I give it off to be mixed. You see what I mean? Because it's somewhat something of my responsibility, but sometimes it's hard for myself to know whether I'm just kind of going down a rabbit hole of learning just to procrastinate on the main task. But I don't think I was. I was really just trying to be honest with myself. Am I like learning about this thing that is unnecessary just to avoid actually focusing on my major thing of just getting the vocals done? But I just decided in the moment that I know. I mean, it's okay to trying to get something done, also to learn a bit and go off slightly off track to do some learning, and actually I was still getting resistance to doing that as well. So I just allowed those sensations to come up, and the third lesson is that basically I'm using like a timer, right, for saying it for 50 minutes and then having a 10-minute break. And in my 10-minute breaks, I am still checking social media. And the whole point of the 10-minute break is that you use it to completely disconnect from the work so that you come back refreshed. And sometimes I in my 10-minute break, I check YouTube and stuff to get kind of dopamine spikes. And does feel like a nice break. But I think it has attention residue problems, which is Cal Newport what talks about that. Attention residue is if in your deep work sessions, if you check the internet and stuff like that, it causes attention residue. And I don't really know about that attention residue thing, because surely if you're doing this kind of work and you're you're checking the internet anyway to watch videos. Aren't you getting attention residue off that? So that whole attention residue thing, I think there's something to it though. I'm not 100% sure on that whole idea, but there's something to it. So maybe in my 10-minute breaks from doing work, I start to think about actually not checking social media at all as a rule, but just using that as a 10-minute break. Okay, that's it. Thank you.